Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video after the other batch of holidays, New Year's, New Year's Eve, and I need a haircut, I think, at this point. Also, you can't see my very cool Iron Banner fashion on the TV behind me because it's very whited out, but that is what I am busy with currently. It is, what are we, week 5, I think? Week 5 or week 6? I'm pretty sure it's week 5. So we have a pair of things going on this week, the normal kind of story developments and weekly quest line, and then also this is the first out of 2 Iron Banners this season, since we were doing the whole 2 Iron Banners per season thing again for some reason, even though 3 would be better. I will touch on both of these, which are both very different, but this week we did not have like a ton of story developments like we did last week with the whole cutscene and the revelations about Clovis and Rasputin and the collapse and all this stuff. So this week it's pretty much Rasputin's like, hey man, I need more of that data. Go give me some data. So it's pretty much just running Seraph chests again. I managed to get, since there was knockout protection, I got my last red frame bow I needed. And now I have all 10 weapons for the season crafted. Some people just don't believe how I've done it, and yet there are so many sources of red frame drops that between those sources, which are 2 guaranteed ones a week with knockout protection, and then I don't even have the other upgrade yet, where it's the every chest has a chance of giving you a deep sight weapon. I don't even have that yet. I was just free focusing Umbrals that got me all the Aikilos, and then the Seraph ones. That one a little slower because that energy is not the easiest to come by without a whole bunch more upgrades. So I wasn't getting a ton from that. I was just getting some randomly from milestones, from chests, from Clovis rep rank ups, and over time I got them all. And I have not even crafted all of them yet. I still have to craft the bow. I just crafted the linear fusion, and I am working on my way on getting them to level 20. Retrofit Escapade, I did a whole article about how nuts that gun is with volatile rounds, but these are all very good weapons in their own rights this season. The Pulse Rifle with Headstone, the Forbes is very good. I'm learning the wisdom of the Volt Shot Trace Rifle, because Volt Shot does more damage when it's a special weapon, and you can do really fast reloads on that to make it trigger a lot. The Stasis Linear Fusion can do what's it called? Not cold steel, chill clip. But because it's a burst, it can auto freeze and then auto explode the freeze with subsequent shots. Pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff in there. In terms of the actual quest this week, the main thing is that you will once again get another step for the Revision 0 quest, which is pretty much identical to the last one. You rerun one of the story missions from one of the past weeks. You go to the moon, you kill 50 guys, I don't know, and then you're sent back into the legend version of the Operation Seraph Shield mission. From there, you are supposed to find a dead Exo with data in it, and then you're supposed to beat it. The dead Exo this time is in the ventilation units. There's that one part kind of after you get the control augments where there's 2 vents, you go on either side, and then you like look through little windows and shoot. The control panels on the left side, there's a dead end in the vent with the robot in there, so just don't miss that as you're doing your legend run. Just finish your legend run, and that is how you get the unlocks. I highly recommend soloing this, not as some sort of thing to prove to yourself you can do it, but because soloing this is much better than running it in a fire team. 2 people is okay, 3 people is too much. 3 people, the way health scaling works is pretty egregious, and things like the Briggs or the bosses will just have ridiculous amounts of health, whereas solo, it's like the Witch Queen Legendary campaign. It's probably even a little easier than that because there's no Hive Guardians or Champions or whatever. Like, it's not like the easiest thing, but it's not bad, and there is no just ridiculous health scaling when you were playing solo. It is back down to a normal level. I just ran it solo with my Warlock, Trinity Ghoul, Arc, Buddy. It wasn't. I think I died twice. I was actually trying to go for a flawless run by the end because I realized I had gotten like 2/3 of the way through without dying. I got killed during the second half of the Hive boss encounter. I don't even remember how. There were just too many orange bar acolytes shooting me with void things. In addition to the boss, and then I died. I died once in the final boss room because I got frozen, and then a bunch of guys slammed a bunch of fire things on me, and that wasn't good. Pretty much, you have to keep ad clearing, and then once you've ad cleared enough, then just do DPS. It might take a little while, but it's not like very difficult, and it takes less time, I think, and is less risky than in a fire team because you also have limited revives there, where if some teammate you don't have control over dies twice, you can't revive them. You will do the light fading mechanic, and you will just die. So that is not great. And when you're solo, at least it's all on you. So if you screw up, it's on you, and then you restart. But at least it wasn't like totally out of your control. So do recommend doing it solo. In terms of the actual upgrades this week, it's actually a very good week. The Catalyst is under pressure, which is whatever. I guess you can use that for PvP, which is what I'm currently doing. And then Hunter's Trace 3 is actually probably the best of the Hunter's Trace upgrades because it gives you access to all of the perks on the third column. So you can get, Eye of the Storm, Perpetual Motion, Elemental Capacitor, Vorpal, I don't remember what else, but that is the gist of it. Vorpal, this is an anti-champion, anti-barrier weapon. That could be good for PvE. I'm doing Elemental Capacitor for stability because I'm running it in Iron Banner right now. And so yeah, good week for that. Did take a little while to just run that solo just because it's a very long mission. It's hard to speedrun because of all the augments and stuff you have to grab, and there's very little skips. I did pick the get around the laser upgrade this week. Great upgrade. I understand we needed to do the door unlocks last week if you wanted to get all the orbs and stuff, but the laser upgrade is the best upgrade because not only do the lasers not kill you, but you don't even trigger slow mines or hive traps in the mission anymore. That might also apply to heists. I'm not sure. It might. But that is very good. And I really love that. And it feels great to just sprint through these lasers carefree. Although on Legend, I think if you run into like 3 lasers in a row, you'll still die. Or maybe like 2 lasers in a row. Something like that. So you can't just like go absolutely nuts and just like sunbathe in the lasers. In terms of Iron Banner, this is the first time I have played on console. And the first time I have played on I played Crucible at all this season. I have not played one game of Crucible until right now. I am just drifting further and further away from Crucible. I have a hard time like trying to get into it, not because I just hate the meta so much and Bungie's like doing so bad with everything. I don't really have time to continually sharpen my skills or get better at Crucible, so I just generally do not enjoy it. That said, I do appreciate this new Iron Banner mode. It's kind of fun. At least it's different. I'm really only running this at all to get all of the armor pieces, so I can transmog all of the Destiny 1 Year 1, the famous, really good Iron Banner armor set from there. I don't really care about anything else. I don't even know what the new weapons roll. I guess I'll check that out. But most Iron Banner stuff is rolling for PvP drops, so it's not really that big of a deal. It's interesting. So there is no kill scoreboard. You just are running through this and capturing zones, and zones are the only thing that give you points. It's on like a little countdown timer, and when that countdown timer goes off, you get 2, 4, or 6 points depending on how many zones you control. Twice a match, I believe, Caiatl will be like, screw this, I'm throwing a Cabal drop pod in the middle of the arena, and that spawns 3 yellow bar Scorpio turrets, and then whoever controls that zone over, is it a minute, 30 seconds, something like that, will get a bunch of capture points every so often, and then there will just be these crazy battles in the middle of the map. Everyone's supering, everyone's trying to like, you get kills, but it's only just to keep people away from the zone since you're not really going for points. It's chaotic. I wish there was maybe a little even more Cabal PvE stuff in there. The turrets are fine. The turrets die in like 2 seconds because everyone rushes to the middle and everyone's just blasting the turrets immediately. Like, I've barely even seen a turret because that's how fast they die. So I was maybe hoping for a little more than that in terms of like Cabal interference, but I don't know. It's cute, it's clever, it's better than nothing. So I'm enjoying that so far as much as you can enjoy freelance Iron Banner, which is kind of exhausting. Got all my ornaments on, got my reputation icon, or what's it called, emblem on. So I'm grinding out that reputation, and I'm literally just going to get one piece of all the armor and then stop. That's my goal here. I'm kind of sad there is no quest line that just gives you a piece of armor each step of the way for a guaranteed drop of it, but it feels like they've increased end of match drops at least a good amount. I feel like I'm getting at least one drop every match, and then you're going up in rank relatively quickly because of the rep gains, and then over the course of the week it'll go up even further, given that you'll be completing all these challenges. So, yeah, I have no issues with it. It seems fine. I don't know if it's like the most revolutionary mode ever. I don't know if it's landing quite as really well as Iron Banner last season with I don't even remember what it was called, but the kill streak one where you would get all these crazy upgrades and stuff. But it's good, and at least they're doing new PvP modes. That's something. So I appreciate that in that sense, even if I am really barely not. I'm just not playing PvP really at all. So I don't even know how many weeks are left in the story. A couple, 3, I don't know. We'll see. We're getting control of the war mines. I don't really even know who the final boss of this season is supposed to be. I don't imagine it's Zivu or Seraph. That would be anticlimactic, I think. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But so maybe not as Black Plus server week as last week, but still a very good week. I'm enjoying doing Seraph runs. I'm enjoying Iron Banner for the most parts. And that is where we're at for now. So we will see what else there is to talk about as the course of the week goes on. But it's good to be back from the holidays making videos. Going to get back to as much regularity as I can now, now that the holidays are fully over. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.